Critical Role shenanigans, new Warhammer and D&D minis, and the return of a beloved Critical Role comic.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Fantasy News Friday, our weekend look back at some of the big news of the week. Today we're talking about whatever happened on Critical Role's stream last night, some new WizKids and Warhammer reveals, and the return of Vox Machina Origins. Remember, if you like these kinds of videos, be sure to like and subscribe so we can keep making them. Now, on to the news.
Here's a headline for you.
There was no Critical Role episode yesterday. Half the cast seemed to be out sick. Instead, fans were treated to a live stream of Robbie Daymond, Sam, Travis, and Taliesin making Bell's Hells in Baldur's Gate 3. Now, the two big takeaways of this stream were fans were having a blast with an actual live stream, something that hasn't happened in Critical Role in years. And two, there were a lot of questions about why Robbie hosted the stream and whether it meant that Robbie could be making a return to the main Critical Role series. Not to rain on anyone's parade, but this was likely just a way to get a popular guest star and friend of the show back on screen. Honestly, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for Robbie's character Dorian to appear in the current Bell's Hells arc, with the cast moving to the Haunted Moon Ruidus in the most recent episode. Oh, and one other thing from the recent livestream, Sam shared a very not safe for work version of Chetney on Twitter with bits and all. That made it into the stream, which definitely triggered some reactions from fans and spurred a very Jester-esque moment when a bunch of dick drawings popped up on the overlay.
I'm kind of disappointed I only have 4 inches.
It's also worth noting that the vast majority of the comments on social media and Reddit about this episode were talking about how much better the show's energy was and the viewing experience was with an actual livestream. For years now, and especially with Campaign 3, fans have been vocal about complaining over the ending of the livestream era of Critical Role, and with this show, which was really just half the cast screwing around in Baldur's Gate 3 for a few hours, it got better views than most Bell's Hells episodes in the last 6 months. So, the cast may want to consider working in a monthly live show of the actual campaign if they want to turn around those declining views, if that's something they're actually interested in doing.
Fair enough.
WizKids is rolling out a new D&D miniature set focused on the 50th anniversary. The set includes a mix of new miniatures and miniatures based on certain characters and monsters' first appearances. So for instance, we're getting both the 2024 version of Vecna and a version of Vecna inspired by his first appearance over in Greyhawk. We'll also be getting a jumbo-sized miniature of a red dragon inspired by the 1977 basic set cover. Also included as secret minis will be versions of the Wizard and Knight from that same cover, so you can recreate one of D&D's earliest covers, on your shelf. The new set will come out in July 2024, likely after the release of the new core rulebooks.
I don't believe you.
Games Workshop revealed a host of new products at the Las Vegas Open earlier this week. Highlights from the reveals include a new Kroot hunting pack for the Tau Empire as part of a new special army box, and new miniatures of Callus and Toll, a pair of witch hunters from various Age of Sigmar novels that are getting brought into the ongoing Dawnbringers narrative. Also revealed new Drukhari that will be introduced into Kill Team in the coming months, which, likely take advantage of the fact that the Drukhari are getting pretty popular thanks to that new Rogue Trader game that's coming out, which features a Drukhari companion that could be either a Dom or a sub. And yes, I mean exactly what I say there, and I'll just let you, take that as you will.
You're doing it.
Doing what?
Using your imagination.
Funko has sold off its game assets to the toy maker Goliath, which includes the innovative Prospero Hall game studio. Unfortunately, it appears that Goliath has essentially shuttered Prospero Hall, with many game designers who once worked there saying that they were laid off as part of the sale. Now, if you're not familiar with Prospero Hall, it was best known for making really great adaptations of various licensed IPs. The group actually designed the original Disney Villainous game, and also was responsible for a number of other games, mostly published by either Ravensburger or Funko, that all featured innovative gameplay inspired by whatever IP they were making a game off of. Funko bought Prospero Hall back in 2019, and the studio shuttering is actually a pretty big loss to the game industry. Prospero Hall really had mastered the art of creating entry-level games that could appear on the shelves of Target, but could still be enjoyed by hardcore board gamers.
I feel so depressed.
The Secret of Mana is getting its first game in 15 years. Visions of Mana will be released later this year on both the PlayStation and Xbox. Square Enix showcased the game during this week's Developer Direct, pointing out that it was the first time that a Mana game had actually come out on the Xbox. The new game stole the show at the Developer Direct, which was impressive given that we also got some big announcements like Avowed, which is made by Obsidian, which, is best known for those Pillars of Eternity games that everyone likes, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is, featuring that Indiana Jones character that everyone likes. Visions of Mana comes out this summer.
Can't wait!
And finally, the Vox Machina Origin series is back. This spring, Dark Horse will release a new 6-issue miniseries for Vox Machina, this time focused on the disappearance of Sir Gregory Fintz. Now, you may remember that Fintz's disappearance sets up the group's fight with Brimscythe, which was also shown in the Legend of Vox Machina animated series, albeit with some changes to that plot. Now, this new miniseries is written by Jody Hauser with collaboration from Matt Mercer and the rest of the Critical Role staff, and is illustrated by Noah Hayes. This series will come out this May. Well, that's all the news that we got this week. Let us know what your favorite story was in the comments section.